She is she is the first. I'm pretty sure she is the first Filipina porn actress that I will meet today. Oh, hindi pa kami nagmi-meet personally like face to face, but yan, well, face to face na virtually. Face to face. She is going to be the first Filipina porn actress that I'm going to meet. Excited ako. She reportedly stated that she began producing adult content full-time in 2020 during a recent interview with stand-up comedian Alex Calleja. So if you want to listen to that interview of hers, just go to wherever you listen to your podcast, or what, Spotify or Apple, ano ba, Apple Music or iTunes, ewan ko sa Anchor. Ayun. Basta, just look for Alex Calleja and you'll see her interview there. So, anyway, like I mentioned earlier, her story served as an inspiration for the recent digital film, Kitty K7 from Viva Max. To tell us everything about being a cam girl, about what she does. Let's all welcome Salome Salvi. Ayan, Salome, just go up there. Akit ka dyan sa ano, just press that thing. Ayan. Hello, girl. Hi, hello. Hello. Ayan, sarado mo na siya. Nagsuwala na siya ng pinto.
Kasi kapag baka ma-interrupt tayo ng aking mga kapusaan. I feel like you've seen sa mga previous interviews ko, medyo magugulo sila.
Yes. Bigla na lang siya tumatalon-talon ng kanyang mga cats. Okay? Meron siyang mga cat.
Ganyan yan sila palagi.
Pansin. Pabida. Gustong pabida.
Even in my porn, actually, like they're like that sometimes. It's so funny. Like you would see, like maybe on Pornhub, if that's where you watch my videos, you would see like minsan, like they'd be in the background, or they'd be like bothering me or my partner. It's really funny. Yeah, makakapal talaga mukha nila. Di ba?
Okay. So Salome, please say hi to our 484 viewers tonight. Welcome them to Anung Gawa mo.
Hi everyone, welcome to Anung Gawa mo. We're going to be talking about adult content creation today, and I hope you learned something from our interview.
Oo naman. Ayan. Si Salome, kung curious kayo kung paano kami nagkakilala. Well, hindi ko na siya ikikwento dito. Pero kasi nagkakilala kami sa Twitter. Meron kaming pinag-usapan. Meron kaming common something. Pero, ayun, it's between us na lang. But, after that, I've always been curious. Like I mentioned, I've always been curious about, kung ano yung ginagawa mo talaga sa job. And yun nga, I mentioned earlier that during 2020 mo lang siya talaga pinursue as a career. Pero let's talk about that later. But let's start the interview na para mapag-usapan na natin yan. Hi again. Hello. Welcome to Anong Gawa mo. Hi. To my 514 viewers, please share this stream because this is going to be a very interesting and sexy interview with our spicy, sexy guest, Salome Salvi. So, Salome, when you were a kid, what did you want to be?
That's a very good question. But I think for the longest time, it was architecture. I wanted to be an architect because I've always been creative. I've always been artistic. And and with architecture, the allure of it was that you would create and design something lasting, something that people will use and see and recognize for years and years and years. So I kind of wanted that, I wanted that prestige. Parang yun yung ambition ko as a kid. Like I wanted to marry that prestige with the artistic skills that I had. Pero pero like life put a damper on that kasi
Mm.
ang architecture actually is kota course sa UP. So kahit pasado ka ng
Oh.
UPCAL, like only the best of the best yung kukunin nila kasi
Oh,
marami
okay.
naghahabol na kumuha ng architecture. So yung mga
Yeah,
kota
yeah.
courses, yung mga mahihirap. So engineering, yan,
Oo.
architecture, medicine. So hindi ako nakapasok. So pero ano pa naman, nag-enjoy pa rin naman ako sa course ko kasi art pa rin naman. Pumasok ako sa fine arts, and design pa rin naman. Like, design pa rin naman yung pinasok ko. So, industrial design or product design yung inaral ko.
Oo.
So, very related pa rin siya dun sa childhood dream
Sa
ko,
gusto,
diba?
oo, oo,
Mm-mm.
oo. So, mahilig ka mag-drawing? Mag-drawing, ganyan?
Oo. Actually, that actually made it into the KTK7 film.
Oh.
Because the character is a graphic designer in the film.
Ah.
And that's also like something that I did in my past. And ano rin, spoiler territory na ba to? Iniisip ko kung kasi na-apply ko siya dun sa magiging eventual na job ko in adult content. Kasi I started out posting my nudes on Twitter. Pero I would like blur out the background and put some stuff in the background and then paint over it.
Texture, okay.
And I would make I would just like make it really unique and I developed my own style. Pero yun yung parang naging stage on which I developed my style. Like I would play with my nudes essentially. So I would paint on it, draw on it, ganun. So yeah, very interesting na, diba?
Oo. So hindi lang siya basta-bastang okay, plasta ng hubad na litrato. Meron pa flair, may art sa likod. Gaya ng ating pailaw dito sa likod.
Nakakatuwa nga. Ang ganda nga ng setup ko
Wala, Diyos ko. Mura lang yan. Mura.
Alam mo, ang funny lang kasi lalo na doon sa job ko and ang dami kong peers, ang dami kong colleagues and we're all like scrambling to differentiate our adult content from each other's, right? So makikita mo talaga na in my industry, lalo na lahat kami independent and, self-made content creators na like, talaga lumalabas yung creativity and yung kiliti ng mga colleagues ko and yung sa akin din, like, ito yung napili kong aesthetic.
Oo. Para tangkilikin, no, ng mga tao. At saka meron kang, kumaga may sarili kang brand, di ba?
Oo, totoo. Like, a lot of my job is branding. And lalo na for online na sex work. Kasi yung ginagawa ko is under sex work So, there's many different kinds of sex work. Merong full service, which is nagbebenta ng sex for money. And meron ding stripping, exotic dancing, massage, escorting, ganyan. And merong mga online lang na gumagawa kami ng adult content. And adult content creators, there's a lot of marketing involved with our job. A lot of marketing and social media management. So, ayan na sila.
Ay na nga. Oo nga. Sasabihin ko pa nga sana, yung mga pusa sa likod ay nagkakaroon na ng sarili nilang raffles. Well, okay lang sila dyan. As long as nandyan lang sila. Okay, so, let's move on. So, how's your childhood? I mean, can you tell us a bit about your childhood? I mean, kung ano lang yung comfortable na makwento mo. Like, was it fun? I mean, like, kamusta naman?
Here's the thing, like, for the longest time, kasi I've struggled with depression and like and anxiety and insomnia and various mental health issues throughout my life. And I've always wondered, like, why am I like so broken like that? Like, where does all of this come from? So, like, nag-commit ako to like going to therapy and, exploring yung roots nitong mga deep-seated issues ko. Kasi like, even with my job, I suffer from a lot of body and face dysmorphia na there's a lot of days, lalo na nung younger ako and before na pinasok ko tong job na to, like, I really hated the way that I look and I really wondered where that come from. And now that I'm going to therapy and I'm sharing with my therapist yung mga possible na traumatic events ng childhood ko that could have shaped this, ano pala, like, yeah, it comes a lot from the way that I was parented.
Mm-mm.
And na-realize ko, nare-reconcile ko ngayon pa lang na
Mm-mm.
my childhood wasn't a happy childhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and I feel like a lot of the body and face dysmorphia and a lot of the insecurity came from
Mm-mm.
the way that my parents talked about my appearance. Like parang ano nila eh, like parang dinikdik nila sa akin at a very early age, and it's really unhealthy. If you have kids, don't do this ha. Like, parang
Uh-uh.
dinikdik nila sa akin na yung value mo, matalino kang bata.
Mm.
Parang, and nandun yung value mo nasa achievements mo, ano siya, and nagkaroon kami ng parang conditional a conditional love relationship with my parents. And and because they sequestered me in that identity na you're the smart kid, they also like parang in tandem, parang dinikdik yun nila sa akin na hindi ka yung like hindi ka magandang bata. And
Oh.
you know, like parang you're the smart kid, you're not the pretty kid. So dapat ito yung mga i-pursue mo, hindi yung
Wow.
hindi
Okay.
yeah, you know, so ayun, parang yeah, that was really scarring.
Mm-mm.
Kasi
Oo,
dala ko
oo
yun
naman.
hanggang adulthood din na parang, ay, okay,
Oo.
ito yung identity ko.
Mm-mm.
And that stuff like modeling or doing makeup, being girly, that's
Oo.
not something for me because that's for bimbos. That's for
Oo.
girls who aren't as smart as me. Parang yun yung
Oo.
parang naging na-internalize ko na kind of misogyny. So, ayun. So, parang I'm still like trying to unlearn all of those toxic ways of thinking. So yun
Yeah,
po.
well, it's a good thing that you seek help for it. I mean,
Yeah, it's
oo.
really important. Yeah,
Oo.
kasi yun yung ano ko eh. Parang inisip ko like ang dami kong dala-dalang sakit.
Mm.
Like emotional pain, you know.
Oo.
And it came to the point that I wasn't functional
Mm-mm.
and I was like, I don't like living like this anymore. So I really believe talaga na everyone can make use of therapy. You know, like
Oo.
lahat tayo
Oo,
merong,
totoo.
lahat tayo meron tayong mga pinagdadaanan that could be addressed by therapy, and it just so happens
Yes.
na yung akin. It's very deep-seated and very intertwined with the way that I conduct my work now, you know.
Mm. Oh, tama yan. I mean, sa ngayon, well, buti nga ngayon, kumbaga in this time, ang
Mhm.
pagpunta sa mga therapist, ganyan, psychologist, psychiatrist, it's
Mhm.
pretty much, it's kumbaga hindi na siya taboo. Kasi before, di ba,
Oo.
kapag sinabi
Oo.
na, magpapay-psychologist, may depresya ka sa utak.
Ay,
Ganun,
oo,
may
may
issue ka.
feeling. Oh, ganun din yung
Oo.
parang naging judgment sa akin ng parents ko when I first came to them na, hey, I'm seeking therapy and
Mm.
I'm seeking medication. And they're like, why don't you just think positive? Like, bakit hindi mo yun ma-achieve on your own?
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, bakit napakalabo ng understanding
Mm-mm.
ninyo of what mental health is. Mental health is just as important as physical health. If you're sick, you
Yeah.
need to go to a doctor, diba? So,
Oo.
mhm. So, yan.
So,
Ganun yung environment na kinalakihan ko and na I really struggled with. Very toxic yung home
Well,
life.
I just hope na ngayon, hindi, and can I just say, at least, di ba, can I just say na hindi totoo yun? Yung sinasabi sa inyo, mga magulang. Yung sinasabi ng mga magulang ko na kung matalino ka, hindi ka na pwede maging maganda. Hello, you have it. Obviously.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pero it took me a really long time talaga for me to realize that. And ano rin parang naging part rin yun ng journey ni Kitty sa Kitty K7 na parang ginawa niya, parang she found so much fulfillment from her job and she used it to feel better about herself and to view herself in a more healthy and loving light, you know, like parang naging conduit siya for self-love para kay para kay Kitty. And it's such a beautiful like journey that I went through rin with my work. You know, na parang, I found my self-worth in this kind of job. So yun, I just want to say rin though, na hindi yun universal na experience within the sex industry. There are, it's like any other job. There are some people who like their job as a sex worker. There's some people who don't. And I'm lucky na lang ako that I found a lot of things to love about my work.
Mm-mm. Oo, okay. So, can you recall the first time that you watched an adult film? Ilang taon ka? Or
Oh my God, yeah. Like, I was playing, kasama yung neighbors namin. Kasi yung neighbors namin, like, kasi yung neighbors namin, puro lalaki silang mga bata. Magkakapatid sila. Tapos, oh my God, like, maka-carbon date tayo dito, girl. Like, meron silang VHS.
wow! What's that?
Floppy disk. So, meron silang VHS of an adult film. Tapos parang joke lang, pinakita nila sa akin. And I had already known what sex was. Kasi at least my mom was, she was very matter of fact about it when she told me what it is. Because nurse siya nurse yung nanay ko. So she was like, okay, this is how pregnancy works. This is this is how sex works, ganyan. So I had an idea of what it is. Pero naalala ko the first time na nakakita ko ng totoong tite. Kasi yung imagination ko, okay, tite ipapasok sa vagina and then mapapregnant. Akala ko parang ganito lang yung tite. Akala ko, like, wala akong point of reference as to what a dick looks like. So, akala ko, pagdinig ko dun sa porn na pinakita sa akin ng mga tropa kong bata, I'm like, ganyan siya ka ng tite? Ganyan siya kalaki? Ganyan siya nakakapasok? Kasi, blowjob lang Tawag yung pinakita nila sa akin. Talaga ba? Ganyan lang yung tsura ng tite? So, yung very vivid memory.
Oh my God. Unforgettable nga naman yan kung ganyan siya.
Diba? VHS pa, diba?
VHS pa.
Papakita kami sa'yo.
Ay, naku, ilang taon ka yan? Diyos ko.
Oh my God! Ano ba naman ang mga bata? Like, they will find a way to cause trouble. Like, magkakalungkat yung mga yan. So we were like 5, 6, 7, gano'n. Basta yun talaga yung tumatak sa akin na parang, ay, okay, ganito pala.
Ganito pala siya.
Ganito pala siya. Ganito pala itsura ng mga tite. Malaki pala siya. Okay, sige.
And eventually, later on, you'll find out that it has different sizes.
Oo. Pero yun talaga, like, I didn't know at the time, okay, kaya pala nila mag-grow to this size. Okay, sige. Sige,
oh my God. Sabi ko sa inyo, guys, SPG ito. Kaya kung kayo ay balak nung i-share ito sa inyong mga friends na mga bata-bata, I think twice because this is going to be really fun and adult. Kaya naka-SPG tayo. Naka-SPG. Ano naman to? Very, very educational.
Pero hindi naman tayo like in danger of getting reported or suspended dito. Hindi naman.
Sana.
Pero pwede ba magmura-mura? Pwede bang mura? Hindi.
Hindi.
Sige, noted.
Hindi. Bawasan natin.
Sige.
Let's take it down. Let's take it down a notch. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. Anyway, I asked permission naman, so they said yes. So okay, again, welcome to 804 viewers. Welcome to our 804 viewers here in Anung Gawa with adult content creator Salome Salvi. Please share this stream because this is going to be a very, very fun night. Interesting.
Yes, please.
Very interesting. Okay, so what inspired you to create adult content? Kasi I mean, like, di ba, ayun nga, ang dami-dami naman dyan, di ba? Ang daming gumagawa ng content. Like me, I also do content, but hindi nga lang ako masipag with it. I mean, like, I do love doing content about my travels, Siyempre kasama na doon yung aking pagkain na kinakain. But
that's something we share.
Diba? Guys, kung hindi nyo pa pina-follow si Salome sa kanya Instagram, follow her. It's Salome Salvi 420, right?
And meron din po akong TikTok, Salome Salvi lang po. Tapos very compared to the adult content that I do on, very
nagmumukbang siya doon.
Nagmumukbang lang ako. So, parang napakasarap ng mga trabaho ko, diba? Kain lang ako,
Uh, wow, the life. Okay, so what inspired you to create adult content?
It's not necessarily, parang I saw someone and then I decided to pattern my career after her or him. It wasn't
Mm-mm.
like that. Parang I actually kind of stumbled upon this job kasi ang nangyari, at the time, meron akong boyfriend and we were
Oh.
exploring, we were
Oo.
exploring, like being in an open relationship. Halat na. And nung time na yun, parang syempre, I was talking to several people on Tinder kasi nga, we were preparing ourselves to start dating and having sex outside the relationship.
Oo.
And parang with my boyfriend kasi, nung monogamous pa kami, I already enjoyed taking nudes and then sending it to him, and then getting
Mm-mm.
the approval and getting like positive attention from him. And then of course, like nung bumalik kami on Tinder, I started talking to a ton of people, and then I started sending my nudes rin to these people
Mm-mm.
that I was casually talking with,
Oo.
and I realized that I really enjoyed that process, and na meron akong exhibitionistic na streak that
Oh.
was really like that, and parang lumabas siya nung time na yun,
Oo.
open relationship namin. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Like, what if I do this on a more massive scale? Like, what if hindi ko lang sinesend privately yung nudes ko? What if I put it on a public platform so that I can get all of this attention that I really enjoyed getting from my partners, diba?
Mm-mm.
So yeah, I started posting my nudes on Twitter and then found a community there of people doing the same
Mm-mm.
thing.
Oo.
And yun nga, like, I really tried to set myself apart and set my content apart from the others by making it artistic and drawing on the background, putting stickers,
Mm-mm.
and actually yung style ko is medyo glitch art eh. So
Oo.
parang yun yung parang design thread na makikita mo in my older posts. And then I was doing it for fun lang. I was doing it for attention. And
Oo.
I did that for like 3 years. 3 years kung pinalaki yung Twitter ko. And post ng nudes for fun. And then the pandemic hit, and I
Mm-mm.
lost my civilian job, my vanilla job,
Mm-mm.
which was I was doing digital marketing at the time. I was a digital marketing copywriter, and
Mm-mm.
I wasn't earning that much from that job.
Mm-mm.
Pero yun nga, nung pandemic, it got even worse because I actually lost that job. So
Yeah.
So ayun, like I was like, I have this Twitter account, I have all of these followers. What if I
Mm-mm.
try and monetize this and actually like move into like making more hardcore content and
Mm-mm.
selling it, And
Yeah.
I think na yung community that I belong to, yung kami lahat na nagpo-post ng nudes for
Mm-mm.
whatever reason, for sexual expression, to find other partners on Twitter.
Mm-mm.
Kanya-kanya kami ng reasons for like posting our nudes on Twitter. Pero when the pandemic hit, parang ang dami sa amin na nag-transition into monetizing the content that we were
Mm-mm.
already
Mm-mm.
posting.
Oh, since
So,
since it's there na naman, 'di ba?
oo. So
Oo.
yeah, like you said, like it wasn't like something na okay. I didn't have like a light bulb moment or like a sit down na parang okay, I'm gonna be an adult content creator and this is how my
Mm-mm.
career is gonna go. It
Mm-mm.
wasn't like that. It was a lot of the steps that I took to get where I am now is very, accidental, spontaneous. So
Mm-mm.
ayun, dun po ako, yun yung story of how I got
History.
into, yeah.
Oo. Sa bagay, andun na naman. Yun ang point kasi.
Diba? Exactly.
Pinopost mo
Exactly.
na naman siya. Sige, pagkakitaan na lang, di ba?
Oo, tama.
Pagkakitaan na.
Like we were in that open relationship. I was hooking up
Yeah.
left and right. Parang
Oo.
2, 3 guys a day. Like like umabot ako sa point na yun na
Wow.
talagang taglibog season. And I was like, why am I doing this for free? Like
Oo.
why am I doing this for free? Pero like meron akong hesitation of actually doing porn. Pero syempre, like, there was this consideration rin na parang baka mahanap ng parents, kung ano nilang iisipin ng parents and friends.
Ito yan, speaking of parents, so how did your family and your friends, I'm sure kasi I'm sure you had friends from your previous job, diba? Or long time friends. So how did they react to it when they discovered na okay, ito na yung bago mong profession?
With the friends, dahil nga very gradual yung pagpasok ko into making adult content. Na yun nga, like I started tigi-tigi lang, posting one nude at a time. So hindi sila nagulat when I made the transition into monetizing that platform that I already had. And parang these friends, like a lot of the friends that I surround myself with right now, parang matagal ko na silang mga kaibigan, and they knew that I had a lot of insecurities with my body and with my looks, and that I took that out on other people almost, and they knew that I was struggling with that. So when I found this outlet, and yun nga, and I was finding a lot of things to like about myself by doing this for fun. When they saw that I had that relationship with my work, parang hinayaan nila ako, and they were really happy for me when I became successful at it, So I don't have problems with my friends, and also like I said, like art ang inaral ko eh. So of course meron kami nung activity sa school na we would draw nude figures.
Yes.
So people like kids who study sa fine arts just very desensitized na yan sa sex, honestly. So wala silang pake. It's the parents that I have a problem with. Kasi I have a very roundabout story of how my mom found out for the first time. And it starts with, this is something that a lot of adult content creators struggle with. That we have our content pirated. And in my case, it's not just the piracy. Like some people like take my pictures from Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. Gagamitin ipang ka-catfish nila. And
wow.
And they use it for blackmail and extortion. And it's really horrible na parang kunyari, like, gagawa sila ng profile with all of these pictures, and then, syempre, manlalandi sila ng mga people na nakikita nila on Facebook, and then, syempre, itong mga lalaking nilalapitan itong mga catfish na to, nahuhumaling, kasi, like, parang, all of a sudden, like, there's this person sending them all of these nudes. So, they develop relationships with these catfishes, and the catfish will start asking for money na, like paying Gcash, paying nude, ganyan. Meron ka mga catfish na nag-ML siya. I don't play any video games, ha. Pero itong catfish na to, nagma-Mobile Legends siya, tapos humihingi siya ng items sa game and ng in-game na currency in exchange for my nudes. Di ba? Ang lala. And meron rin naman, merong isang catfish was using my pictures, and nanglandi siya ng lalaking may asawa. And I don't know what went down with the catfish's relationship with this married guy, but it seems like they went really deep with it, because nalaman nung wife nung guy that he was talking to this girl that she thought was me.
She thought was you. Okay.
So, syempre galit na galit siya na meron ng ahas sa asawa niya. So, she found my Twitter, she found my Pornhub.
So, sinok ka na. As in, mismo.
Kasi she really thought that it was me who was talking to her husband. And she was really dedicated to making my life hell, because she was so angry at me that I did this to her marriage, di ba?
Supposedly, ikaw.
Tapos so she doxed me. Nahanap niya yung real identity ko, and then nahanap niya yung family members ko on Facebook, and yun nga, in an effort to really ruin my life, essentially.
So reach out to your family.
The wife reached out to my family, and I was outed. to my mom na parang sinabi ng nanay ko na alam mo ba na ganito yung ginagawa ng anak mo behind your back, and alam mo ba na inahas niya yung asawa ko si Tony ganyan, and yeah, and that was really like hard to deal with, and that was really heartbreaking kasi unang-una hindi ko yung gawain. Like, hindi ako pumapatol sa may jowa, may asawa. Like, ayoko nang, like, I don't like being made to feel nakabit ako, you know? So, bakit ko gagawin yun? And I told my mom, yeah, okay, the stuff about the porn is true. And it was really heartbreaking na hindi niya natanggap yun. Pero it was also really heartbreaking na hindi niya ako pinaniwalaan when I told her na hindi ako yung gumawa niyan. Like, like parang hindi ako yung nangahas ng asawa ng babaeng yan. Hindi ko, sinabi niya pa rin, parang bakit may sinira yung marriage ni Tony? Alam ko, like, who the hell is Tony?
Sino ba si Tony?
Diba?
Si Tony!
So, ayun, very, ang lala, diba? So, parang yun yung pinaka-egregious na example of a catfishing, like a catfishing modus operandi gone wrong talaga. Tapos, and I had to take the fall for that, you know? Yeah.
Wow, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I mean, like, you know, it is difficult as it is to explain to, I guess, to people like your parents na medyo, yun nga, parang from the beginning, bata ka pa lang, medyo may ganitong expectation na sila sa'yo. And to actually explain further pa kung ano pa yung ginagawa mo as a job. Tapos,
diba?
hindi mo na-explain ng maayos kasi in-out ka na lang bigla ng ganito. So, that's...
syempre, nag-fixate yung mom ko dun sa immorality nung ginagawa ko.
Naninira ka.
Naninira ako. And that, pinapakita ko yung katawan ko, like, online. You know, na pinagpapantasyan ako ng kung sino-sinong lalaki, and she couldn't wrap her head around how I could possibly enjoy that. You know, how I could possibly, you know, like how I could possibly commit to something so immoral. Parang yun yung tumatak sa akin sa mga sinabi niya, hindi kita pinalaki para maging ganyan. Like hindi ito yung values na tinuro ko sa'yo. Ganyan siyang emedo. So yun, hindi okay yung relationship namin right now. And I mean, maybe that's fine. Kasi yun nga, like I said, parang naging verbally abusive sila throughout my childhood. And it has been really helpful to my healing to just be away from them. You know, to just live alone without them.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes kasi, no, I mean, like the thing that can, di naman cure, but the thing that can make you feel better is to really stay away from the toxicity na kahit ka mag-anak mo, kahit kapamilya mo, kung talagang feeling mo hindi makakabuti sa'yo, sa mental health mo, diba? Diba? Hindi. Naku, mga kaibigan ko, ayan, nandyan, nagdadatingan, nahuli daw siya. Hello.
dito.
Mahaba-haba pa to. Huwag kang mag-alala. May oras pa tayo mapag-usapan ng mga dapat pag-usapan. So, welcome to Anung Gawa mo here on the community stage. Please share the stream because tonight we are joined by the gorgeous and the first adult content creator Filipino, kasi na-meet ko na pala si Maria Ozawa. So, ikaw yung unang porn star. Na-introduce ko siya sa akin sa isang kaibigan kasi siya ng friend ko. Ay, kilala kita. Diba?
Gusto ko rin siya makilala.
Ay, madali lang yan. Andyan lang siya. Ayun, but yeah, we're here with
sobrang... sorry, go.
Sige, go ahead.
Hindi, nakakatawa lang kasi parang lagi nag-cross ang paths namin ni Maria Ozawa. Because, like, I was on a web show with John Malabayan, if you know him, with Jun Sabayton. And meron silang show, tapos yung mga ini-invite nila, mga sexy.
Parang napanood ko yan before.
Yung mga sexy starlet and content creators, ganyan. Tapos sa isang episode, episode nila, si Maria Ozawa. Tapos nakwento rin sa akin ni Alex Calleja na hindi ikaw yung first na porn performer na nakilala ko. Ikaw yung first Filipina, pero yung first na interview na is Maria Ozawa. What is the universe saying? Like,
Girl, baka malapit na. Kulang na yan. Kulang na yan. Ibenta mo na yun ang pagkamahal-mahal. Oh my God.
Oh my God! Oo nga! Sexual pa naman ako, Diyos ko.
This is Salome Salvi, an adult content creator. Later, she'll promote where you guys can watch her content. Okay, later. So, okay, let's continue. So, okay, let's get technical, no?
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you prepare for your shoot? I mean, gaya ng sabi mo, you're an independent adult creator. So, as how I would understand it, independent meaning wala kang tie-up na, wala kang management, wala kang tie-up na studio, or, diba?
Exactly.
Ano ba sa, kunyari, Playboy, hindi ka tali sa kanila, parang hindi ganon, diba? I mean, so can you tell us about the hardware, the tech hardware that you use, na ilang cameras meron ka dyan, ganyan.
I love this. Like, it's time for us to be nerdy about it.
Yes, so let's go.
Naalala ko talaga yung pinakauna kong binili with the first paycheck that I got from this job when I went full time na. So yung mga binili ko, bumili ako ng ring light. Sabi, ring light, mirrorless na camera, isang action camera, which is like a GoPro.
Yung maliit, yung ganyan.
Yung maliit. I had to have two. Kasi every time I shoot, lagi akong 2 camera setup. Kasi ang gusto kong kind of content na ginagawa ko is very spontaneous. Tapos organic yung reactions, authentic yung reactions, tapos uninterrupted kami. And hindi mo kasi magagawa yun kung isa lang yung camera mo. And every time you change positions, i-change mo yung position ng camera, i-change mo yung framing,
kasi
diba?
mauudlot Mauudlot.
Mauudlot, diba?
Gawanin nyo. Oo,
so magsiset up ako ng 2 or 3 camera, and they're all running at the same time. So habang nagsisex kami, at least hindi ko kailangan tumigil-tigil para lang i-check yung framing, diba? Parang I just set that up, set the lights up, and then fire, and then tuloy-tuloy na yun. And then after that I will edit na. And you know what's really useful with the 2 camera setup is that if you don't look good in one angle, at least you can change it to another.
Pero isa.
Diba?
Okay, so you mentioned that hi sa mga friends ko na nandito. Hello, Rafles. Bravo. Hello, Kami. Hi, D2. Hello, nanonood sila. Sinabihan ko sila na mag-guest ka. Kaya sabi niya, manonood kami.
Oh my God.
So wait. So you mentioned earlier that you edit. So ikaw na nag-edit.
Oo, ako lahat. Talaga.
Wow, one-woman studio siya talaga. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oo. Pati digital marketing agency kasi nag-social media. Ako nagsusulat ng copy. Ako nag-edit. Ako nagpo-post. The only thing that I outsourced to another person before was yung social media management and yung customer service na
inquire.
Pag nag-inquire, tsaka kasi meron kaming tinigil ko na to. So, pero meron kaming parang system amongst other online sex workers na retweet mo ako, retweet kita. And
okay.
And like building those kinds of relationships with other sex workers online is really useful for your brand. Kasi kung nag-retweetan kayo, you expose each other's work to each other's audiences.
Yeah.
And I did have an assistant to take care of that before. Pero yun nga, like I've gotten to the point naman where I don't need to do it that much na parang nagkakaroon naman ng organic na engagement yung post ko without having to do that. So ayun. Ayun lang yung ina-outsource ko. Pero everything else, ako lahat. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
So,
Pag maghahanap ng wallet, ako yun.
Oo, ano ka rin, talent coordinator. Ayan, okay. Speaking of looking for talent. So, sometimes you create content na ikaw lang mag-isa. So meaning, you do the sexy timing na ikaw lang mag-isa.
Yeah. The solo stuff, yeah.
The solo stuff, and then you do it with the partners. So, as I was doing my research, guys, as I was doing my research, I went to Pornhub. And I saw both the solo stuff and the one with the girl. Ang gwapo nung, can I just say, gwapo nung isang partner.
Sino ba? Yung may tato o yung walang tato?
Ay, walang tattoo, girl.
Sabi yun! Like, I wanna meet him again. I wanna see him again. Friends pa rin kami.
Guys, kung gusto nyo malaman ang sinasabi ko, ayan, mamaya, after this conversation, just go to the website that I said just earlier. Hindi ko na uulitin. Basta just go there and look
at ayaw natin ma-report. Doon lang sa hub. Sa hub ng content na ginagawa.
Yung sikat na hub.
Okay.
Madali lang siya hanapin doon. So anyway,
ayan, sige.
So you do it with a partner. So how do you look for a partner? Like, kasi yung iba, like I saw nga na blurred yung face. So tapos yung iba nga yun gaya nun, may dalawa doon nakita yung face. So like how do you look for them? I mean, first sali ka sa sali ka.
Nahihirapan rin ako with that process kasi I started doing adult content full time noong 2020, pero it wasn't until 2021 na meron akong content with the partner. Ganun katagal ako naghalap. Kasi it's not hard for me to find casual sex partners, like,
yes,
and that's something that I still do, like, parang the sex that I have, I have sex for work, and there's also the sex that I have,
casual one,
na casual lang with my partners who don't want to be involved in my work, and parang that was the case for a lot of the partners that I encountered when I was looking, na parang, I'm willing to have sex with you, pero I don't want to be involved in your job, or magsasabi sila na parang, okay, like, parang I've always been interested in doing adult content. It's one of my fantasies. And sabi na, sige, try natin. Pero parang, like, there have been a few instances na parang, andito na tayo. Nagsushoot na tayo. Tapos biglang mag-back out. Oo. Kaya,
my gosh.
Kasi parang bigla silang malulula na parang, ay, okay, yung gagawin natin. Na parang doon lang nila mag-realize na even though nag-pledge ako na takpan ko yung mukha nila, doon lang nila mag-realize yung gravity ng gagawin namin and yung gravity ng repercussions that this might have dun sa personal lives nila. Kasi it's still very possible na malaman yung identity nila o kaya ma-recognize yung tattoos nila or yung katawan nila and baka kumalat sa family, sa workplace nila. So a lot of them parang, like, it takes a while for them to wrap their head around how hard my job really is,
Yes.
Kasi akala nila katwala, we're gonna fuck on camera and then that's it. No, this actually, like, this is a work appointment. You have to show up to work on time. You have to, you have to sign some paperwork pa nga in order for you to post your work on Pornhub. So yun ka, HR din ako. Meron ako documentation na lahat ng naging empleyado ko, di ba?
Ikaw na lahat talaga.
Ako talaga, promise!
Ikaw na talaga lahat.
So yun, I have a hard time finding partners who are willing to do that with me. Kahit sabihin ko na, tatapan ko mukha mo and bayad ka dito sa trabaho natin. Like, I pay people per shoot. So may mga ganong, setup na, especially kung hindi naman adult content creator yung makakakolab ko. Like, for example, yung guy with the blurry face, he has a job outside of the porn that we do. He's a model. And hindi, of course, dahil model siya, hindi niya pwede i-marry yung porn
Oo,
work niya and yung modeling work niya. He's,
yeah.
like, makakasira sa reputasyon niya yun as a model if kumalat na he's doing sex work. Kasi ganun ka-stigmatized ang sex work eh. So, ang arrangement namin is dahil ako'y nakikinabang dun sa content na ginagawa namin, I pay him per shoot.
Okay.
So yun yung setup with some of the guys that I make content with. Pero meron din naman na kunyari yung dalawa nakita yung mukha na napansin mo dun sa channel ko. Ano sila, thank you. Syempre,
Galing mo pumili. I love it.
Sila dalawa naman is adult content creators din sila.
Oh.
So ang arrangement ko with those two guys is what we call content reading. So gagawa tayo ng content, mag-shoot tayo, and syempre, ako na naman ang mag-edit. Pero kapag natapos ko na yung edit, I will give them a copy. Tapos, kanya-kanya na kaming benta. Oo.
Okay. So, they can post it sa parang, basta parang sharing content kayo. Post ka sa'yo, post din sila using you also.
Yeah, and using their own platforms na meron sila. So yun, adult content creators din sila, and their fans can buy the work from them, and then my fans can buy the same work from me. So ayun, kanya-kanyang benta, kanya-kanyang kita, like walang hatian na nangyayari. So ayun, bahala ka na dumiskarte kung paano mo ibebenta yung content natin. Basta andyan na siya,
Oo. Oy, hello sa ating 1,259 viewers. Yay! Thank you for the crown, Refresha. Sobrang bitin itong ang dami ko pang gustong itanong, bitin-bitin. Oo nga.
Basta ba tayo?
Hindi ba naman, kaya pa natin to. Kaya pa natin extend ilang minuto. Oo. So yun nga, parang like, of course, yun, aside from like you doing adult content with partner, syempre, how do you protect yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally? Kasi syempre, dumating na ba yung parang dumating na ba yung point na yung kunyari, nagkaroon ka ng feelings sa partner mo? I mean, like, how do you protect yourself from all these things na pwedeng makasira sa'yo, kumbaga?
You know what, I really appreciate na nare-recognize mo na taxing siya in a lot of ways, na not just physical. So, meron rin emotional labor na nagaganap. And yun nga, dahil ako nga yung nagfulfill all of these roles that are necessary in order for me to do my job, like yun nga, social media management, yung editing, yada yada. Like, it's mentally taxing din. So, hindi pa naman nangyari yung na-follow ko with someone who I was making content with. Like, kasi what I see within myself is that it's not easy or often or frequent enough for me that I fall in love with other people. That doesn't happen. Pero meron akong tendency to be attached. Kasi that's what happens talaga. Like, I feel like we really need to acknowledge that. Na, sige, meron mga taong pusong bato talaga na kaya nila magkatalimod. Kaya nila yun. Pero ako kasi, like, meron talagang mga tao who form attachments even though napag-agreehan ninyo na, platonic lang tayo, and mag-sex lang tayo. Sometimes people can't help being attached eh. And I could say naman na I do have the attachments with my with some of the work partners that I have, and thankful na lang ako na kasi yung pinakamadalas kong kasama sa mga videos ko is yung guy with the blurry face, yung sinasabi kong model. And I'm glad that we are close enough friends for us to really negotiate and set boundaries na parang, ito yung relationship natin. Nag-sex tayo, we work together, we're good friends. And of course course, merong attachment. Yeah, I tell him I miss him. And, you know, like, parang namimiss ko yung company niya as a friend, ganyan. So, we are open about that. So, parang, ano na lang, thankful na lang ako na that I am not in a situation where I have to expose myself or make myself vulnerable emotionally to that many people. Because I already have a roster, an existing roster of people who I already trust and have healthy relationships with. You know, and I know that that's not the same for every single adult content creator, especially like kung big time ka na, like Maria Ozawa, di ba? Like, of course, she's had a ton of partners, and like the thing is kasi with me, with sex, the reason why I think that my work is good and the reason why I think people are connecting with the work that I make is because um like all of the emotions and the reactions and parang the romance that you see on screen, all of that is authentic. And I feel like I'm able to make my content be authentic and and engaging like that. It's because, you know, when I have sex, I make myself vulnerable. Yeah, I make myself vulnerable emotionally, and I really like work on the chemistry I have with my partners. Kinikilala ko muna sila. I make sure that we have chemistry off screen. And then kapag na-develop na yon, saka lang tayo mag-shoot. You know?
Okay.
So kapag nag-shoot na tayo, nagsisex na tayo, kitang-kita na nanggigigil tayo sa isa't isa. Kapag nag-shoot tayo, kitang-kita siya sa footage. And yun nga, like that's what people are engaged with my content. I think.
Pero
So ayun.
physically naman, how do you take care of yourself? Like you mentioned nga, two of the partners na nasa hub na yon ay yun nga, you mentioned, are also adult content creators. So meaning they also have other partners, sexual partners. So of course, syempre may mga STD dyan, like all these diseases. So how do you take care of yourself na hindi ka magkasakit?
Like, gusto ko lang rin na buwagin natin yung stereotype na yun na, yes, yung ginagawa namin is very risky, pero a lot of the sex workers who engage with this kind of work are very aware of those risks. So, ang nangyayari is kami yung pinakamadalas na nagpapatest. So, like,
kayo yung pinakamaingat sa maingat kasi
kasi ano like especially I've had scares, I've had bad experience now when I was like having casual sex pa lang nung hindi pa ako nagtatrabaho. So, and parang learning how easy it is talaga to transmit transmit diseases like that. Like for example, chlamydia and gonorrhea, pwede mo makontract yun kahit naka-condom ka eh. So talagang very imperative na magpa-test. Like if you do this kind of work, very imperative na magpa-test ka every 1 or 2 partners. Ako every partner talaga. Tapos kailangan pareho pa kaming tested. So ayun. And actually, like fun fact, like it's really hot. Pero the guy na walang tattoo, pangalan niya si Paolo. Follow niyo siya guys sa TikTok tsaka sa Instagram. Si Paolo Amores ang pangalan niya.
Guys.
And ano siya?
Check niyo. Kami dito Paolo Amores. Raflesha Paolo Amores. Ulit-ulit.
Oh my God, magugustuhan niya yung content niya. Parang payami lang siya sa lahat ng content niya. Ang ganda.
Pakiguess mo.
Pwede naman.
Hindi mo sa akin yung number. Guess ko siya. Parang may mail. Ay, just kinilig. Ano ba? Sabi ko pala. Ba't kinikilig? Nakakatawa tayo. Ano ba? Paolo, sige.
Ito kasi.
Sa akin ng konta. Sabihin mo ano to, educational. Sabihin mo. Oo. Ayan.
Sana mapapayag natin siya. But anyway, si Paolo kasi, ano siya, bisexual siya. And it's really I'm really happy na yung gay community here in the Philippines parang ano sila like parang ano na sila normalized na sa kanila to get tested really frequently. Kasi sila yung pinaka at risk of contracting HIV and stuff like that. So parang medyo common common practice na amongst the gay community, lalo na kaming mga content creators, na we sign up for PrEP. It's called pre-exposure prophylaxis. And PrEP is a medicine that prevents you from contracting HIV. So kahit makipag-sex ka with an HIV positive person, if you're taking your PrEP every day, you're not at risk of getting it. So parang yun yung napag-usapan namin ni Paolo when we first started talking. Sabi niya, you're really safe with me because I'm on PrEP. Tapos siya rin yung nag-encourage sa akin na mag-prep na rin ako kasi risky yung so parang we are kaming mga sex workers and content creators, we are very acutely aware of the risks that are tied to our job. So ayan, we have all of these like precautionary measures that we do before we do our work. Nagpapatest kami, yun, we are on PrEP. Tapos ako, vaccinated rin ako against HPV, and I see a gynecologist really frequently who is really aware of the kind of work that I do. So ayun, like I think naman na yun nga, dahil nga kami alam namin na kami yung pinaka-exposed sa ganitong trabaho, and alam namin yung risk. Usually kami pa yung pinaka-careful. So ayun. Yeah, very...
Okay, so, nainis ako konti na oras natin. So, pero eto, pag-usapan natin dito. Ito, gaya nga ng minention ko earlier, ayun, I actually saw that you attended a press con for this movie, for this digital movie that was produced by Viva Max called Kitty K7, wherein the inspiration of the movie was you. You know, as a adult content creator, a cam girl, how was that experience like na ang galing? I know Dan Villegas is the producer, tama ba?
Yeah, si Sir Dan and yung partner niya si
Antoinette,
It's surreal, honestly. Like, kasi they contacted me, ganun katagal in development yung film, by the way. Like, they contacted me in 2021 pa. And we did a series of interviews. And, where they asked me about my work, ano yung mga dangers, ano yung mga pros and cons.
Yeah.
And they even hired me to do a one-on-one video call with a client.
Oh, okay.
Tapos meron silang tropa na, sige, gawin mong client to. Tapos panonorin ka namin kung paano ka magtrabaho with your clients. Kasi that's also a service that I provide. Like, aside from the adult content that I post and sell one by one, you can also hire me na mag-video call tayo together, and then we play with ourselves on camera. Kasi there are a lot of people who really like the interactivity of the content that they consume. So yun, that's what they hire sex workers for. Kasi it's kasi may added na extra factor yun extra pleasure yun na not only are you seeing this person being sexy, you can also interact with them, ask them questions, and tell them what to do. So ayun, so I did that for them. And I thought na okay, parts of my experience are gonna inform the film for sure. And parang nung napanood ko yung film, I didn't realize na so many parts of my story made it into the film and informed the way that the character was built. Like, sabi ko nga, graphic designer siya in the movie, and that's also something that I did. And ganun rin siya nag-start kung paano niya, kung the first nudes that she took and posted, rin very artfully designed din. Tapos there's a lot of funky stuff going on in the background, and I was like, her art even looks like my own art. It's so cool. And
ginaya na talaga sa'yo, ha? Talaga lang.
Hindi naman, I don't think it's as, there's a lot of it down na coincidental. Like, for example, there's a scene there na nagkaroon siya ng confrontation with her mom, and it was really harrowing. It was really triggering for me to see. Kasi ganun kami nag-away ng nanay ko when she found out about Tony and kung paano ako in-out ng asawa ni Tony. It's to her, yung confrontation namin was really verbally violent like that. And then to have it to see it on screen was really triggering. And then I asked Pam, um, parang hindi ko na-realize na nakwento ko sa'yo to. Sabi niya, hindi.
Mm-mm.
Like, parang parang ganun lang talaga kalawak yung imagination ni Pam Miras as the writer. Na parang she thought of, what if yung character ni Kitty and her mom, these fully developed characters in her head, ano mangyayari kung magkaroon sila ng confrontation, ng clash? And then she wrote it based on what she imagined it would be like. And parang that's just a testament to how talented she was and how much she empathized with the characters, na nabuo niya yun just from her head, just from her imagination, and I thought that was so brilliant. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of my experiences informed the film, pero a lot of it rin, like I really have to credit the skills and yung talent nung nung mga gumawa, yung producer, yung director, yung writer, that they were able to create this very realistic scenario with the information that they were given. So that was brilliant. It was really surreal talaga, na parang
Panoorin ko nga yan.
oh my God, you will really enjoy it. It's funny, it's really heartwarming, and ano siya, lalo na kung ano ka, kung malandi ka, like, makatatahan ka ka na siya.
We'll see. Ayan, saan meron? Kami sa Viva Max.
Sa Viva Max po.
Sa Viva Max siya, Viva Max siya pinalabas. Kitty K7 yung dahil.
Yeah, Kitty K7. And pwede mo siya panoorin sa app, sa Viva Max app. So download it and then sign up. 150 lang siya per month. And it's not just Kitty K7 that you will have access to. Sobrang daming bold sa Viva Max. And kasi like that's what it's made. That's what it's made for. Na Viva Max is their, kasi hindi lang naman Viva Max yung platform ng Viva eh. Like, pero Viva Max is yung reserved for the erotica and for yung
pero ano like I have to say, yung mga director nila, as in,
big time, diba?
Oo, kasi Joey Reyes,
Joel Lamangan,
Mac Alejandro.
Oo, diba?
Am I saying the right names? Basta, yung mga kilala kasi parang kilala ko, mga artista din, like yung mga artista na si Himian doon, si Docero.
Diba? Tsaka si Derek Joy rin, na hindi naman ito yung, like parang
usual,
hindi naman yung usual na genre niya. Pero kasi ang nangyari with Kitty K7, nagbato-bato, I think nagbato-bato sila ng ideas of what, ano yung mga possible na prompts or mga ideas na pwedeng gawa ng bold na movie. You know? And they were like, okay, let's make a movie about cam girls, content creation, sex work. Kasi that's kasi magkakaroon ng, if the movie is about that, there's gonna be a lot of sexy scenes eh. So, pero what I really appreciated it was that they had this prompt, they had this idea, and they built a team around it, and then they built a story around that concept, diba? Pero they took that process really seriously, and they approached it with a lot of respect and empathy, and so much so that the team that they built around this around this concept is all female. Like, si Direk Dan lang ata yung yung lalaki. Kasi the writer, yung set designer, fashion designer, the producer, the director, cinematographer, lahat sila babae. So parang sige, bold siya. It's on Viva Max, pero I would really say na parang viewing sexuality with the female lens is so different talaga, na iba yung sensuality, iba yung parang yung kiliti niya and yung brand ng libog niya, na it's just so starkly different from a male director's perspective, na very voyeuristic. you know.
Mm.
So, like, if you're interested in seeing that contrast, very highly recommend
Oh,
KPK7.
ayan. Kami,
Right.
KPK7. Okay. Okay, ito very briefly kasi talagang ayaw ko, wala na tayong oras at kailangan ko lang itigil ito, nakakainis. Ito, very briefly, what do you think, you know, what do you think is the biggest misconception about being an adult creator, being a porn actress?
Okay. Nabobo kami.
Obviously, hindi, guys. Diyos ko, isang oras at mahigit na kami nag-uusap dito. Obviously, Diyos ko, napaka-articulate niya. Nakakaloka.
Thank you po.
Diba?
Pero I hated that kasi naalala ko nung nalaman-laman na ng extended family ko, meron akong tita meron akong tita na nalaman niya. And chinat niya yung pinsan ko na sabi niya, nakita mo na ba tong Twitter ni ano? Yung Twitter nito ni Salome. Tapos, and parang pinakita sa akin ng pinsan ko yung naging conversation nila. Tapos ang sakit ng mga sinabi niya na parang hindi mo trabaho yan ang pambobo, yung walang pinag-aralan. Kasi yung ginagawa lang nila, bubuka lang sila eh. Like parang papafak lang sila tapos sino yung trabaho nila eh. And this is like something that a lot of people like think about sex workers in general, and like just sexy people on the internet. Hindi nila ma-fathom that a sexy person can have agency over her body and can be intelligent, can make decisions. Like parang ano yun eh, like it's just like another form of misogyny. And if you can only imagine the parang yung level of misogyny that sex workers face, in comparison to the level of misogyny that civilians face, parang sobrang grabe yung sa amin. Kasi yun nga, very heavy yung stigma against sex workers na marumi yung trabaho namin. And pero yun yung pinaka nakaka-insulto sa akin, na kapag inisip ng tao na ito ay trabaho ng na pangbobo tong trabaho to. Hindi mo ito magagawa kung bobo ka. Honestly. Kasi like we were just talking about like all of these roles that I have to accomplish just so I can get my work out there. Do you think na ang taong like parang ang taong ang alam niya lang ay bumuka ka, kayang gawin lahat yun? Hindi. Like even full service sex workers, yun nga, like people who have sex for money, like kailangan nila mag-hustle, diba? Kailangan alam nila yung market nila, and they have to keep themselves safe, they have to have all of these street marks. Hindi siya trabaho ng bobo. Promise. Like any kind of sex work, like you have to be like a really creative and resourceful person to do any kind of sex work. And sana when we encounter sex workers on the internet or on the street, sana isipin natin like kung gaano ka like una-una kung gaano kalaking sacrifice yung probably na ginawa ng tao yun in order for them to execute their work. And also yun na hindi, this is not easy.
Okay. Last question before we unfortunately end this conversation. Sayang, ang ganda. Ayan, Kami, makinig ka na ha. Ayan, Kami, at saka yung kung nandyan pa si Francis. So, Francis, nakikita ko yung post mo. What tips can you give those who are planning, ayan, mag-change career na daw si Kami kasi, who are planning to venture into adult content creator? Just a brief answer. Anong tip ang mabibigay mo sa mga gustong maging adult content creators?
Yeah, don't.
Ayan, Kami daw. Don't.
Here's the thing kasi parang like remember that situation that I nakwento ko kanina about guys committing to a shoot with me tapos mag-back out sila at the last minute. Kasi parang sometimes you can't even imagine yung magiging repercussions nitong decision nito until you're already there. Na, yun nga, like, parang it's very very possible that ma-ostracize ka ng family mo, that you'll get judgment from your friends, that you might lose your job or your scholarship if you're still going to school. Sex work is the most stigmatized profession. And contrary to popular belief, it's the stigma that makes it dangerous for us. And that stigma is not gonna go away soon. It's the stigma that really, it makes it dangerous. It makes it a very lonely job. Kasi nga like because of, dahil napakabigat ng stigma niya, like people are gonna change the way that they look at you, the way that they look at your body, and the way that they treat you as soon as they find out that you're a sex worker. And if you are emotionally and mentally capable of dealing with that, with yung judgment from your family, if you're okay, or not necessarily okay, but if kung kaya mo deal with yung harassment na na-experience namin sa mga DMs and on the street, na I get physically and verbally sexually harassed on the street sometimes when I get recognized. And what else? Like there's so many dangers and so many drawbacks and to sex work, and there's so many sacrifices that you have to make in order for you to become successful. And that's another thing, ha. Ang success within sex work is very slim. Parang so many things, you have to do so many things right in order for you to make it a sustainable job for you. And if you don't, and kung magkaroon ka ng misstep, that might mean that that your content is never gonna take off and you're not gonna earn enough. And ang kinakatakot ko lang is that you might find yourself in a situation where you made all of these sacrifices, tinakwil mo yung pamilya mo, alam mo yun, like parang you're now living alone, and then you entered sex work, tapos hindi ka naging successful, ano na mangyayari sa'yo? And ang struggle namin is that, dahil nga sobrang bigat ng stigma, when you enter sex work, and then for one reason or another, you decide to leave and then go back to your old life, it's very likely that you're not going to be able to do that because your reputation as a sex worker, that's going to follow you for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. Kasi people are getting very good at digging up people's past And what if you're trying to look for a job after sex work, and then the HR manager happens to find your old content? Like parang you're probably not gonna get that job, diba? Because of the stigma. So like if you are okay with dealing with all of those sige, go for it, support kita. Pero sex work is not for everyone. It really isn't. So,
ayan, tama. Kaya kami, stick to your job, sorry. Kaya mo. Sabi niya, sila dalawa daw ng asawa niya, kapag nagkasama na sila, gawa daw sila ng adult content. Ayan, kontakin mo si Salome kung gusto mo ng meron na?
Grabe! Palaban!
Denise?
Kasi, kaya naman, you can have like a popping sex life naman without having to enter sex work full time. So, like, kaya naman siya makuha with casual sex, but hindi, diba? Like,
kaso hindi si Kami, hindi na pwede, may kasal na yan. Pwede mag-casual.
pero kung gamer ka yung asawa niya, kaya niya yan. Like,
Go Kami! Go Kami! Ayun, before we end, Salome, please invite everybody where they can find you. As in, like, find you in terms of, your content, not like literally find you.
Oh my God, kasi marami ako rin eh. Diyos ko, maraming, nakikita nila yung ko, is parang, saan ka nakatira, The harassment talaga minsan is just on another level that's a lot of people can't comprehend. But anyway, yes, you can find a lot of my free adult content on Pornhub. I-search nyo lang po ang pangalan ko, Salome Salvi. That's SALOME-SALVI. So you can search for it on the hub. The views really help my business, so thank you. And if you want to see my wholesome content, I'm really active on TikTok. Nagmumukbang lang ako doon. So yung username ko po doon sa TikTok ay Salome Salvi without space. SALOME SALVI. And if you want to get in touch with me via Facebook and Instagram, you can find me sa Salome Salvi 420. Again, walang space. And if nagustuhan mo yung adult content ko and if you want to access a lot more content, like I have 58 gig worth of content. Like that, yeah, that is behind the paywall. You can subscribe to my Pocket Stars. It's just $5 a month. So that's pocketstars.com/Salome Salvi. So sign up lang kayo doon. Or if meron na po kayong Just for Fans, meron rin po akong Just for Fans. You can subscribe there rin. It's justfor.fans/Salome Salvi. So yun po yung doon nyo po pwedeng bilhin yung content ko. And pwede nyo rin po ako i-contact sa Telegram. Salome Salvi 420 po ako sa Telegram. And then you can hit me up if you want video calls, if you want to buy a Dropbox. And if you have any questions. So yun lang po. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ang saya-saya ng conversation na to. Sayang at kulang ang isang oras para sa conversation na to. So if you want to watch this interview, I'm going to upload the entire interview on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Denise Mallabo. I-edit ko lang yung mga iba bago ko i-upload ito. Para naman mapanood nyo yung mga very fruitful words ni Salome. Ayan. Sana ay i-follow nyo siya. Start on Instagram because she does all the wholesome stuff there. So if you have a question,
Instagram and TikTok po.
wholesome, very wholesome siya doon. But can they DM you there or hindi?
Pwede naman po, if meron kayong increase.
Just be courteous. Maging magalang din naman kayo. Thank you so much, Salome. It was nice seeing you. Sana ay
I'm so glad I got to finally talk to you. Like,
I know.
You're great.
Happy rin ako na nakausap kita. Sobra.
Ako rin.